What's going on, everybody? We are live coming at you. Mindset Monday. Happy January 20th. 3 weeks in. I don't know, man. What's going on, Jonathan? How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I had a good weekend. Got a lot done. I think I restarted 75 hard. I think I'm day 5. I'm not sure. I'd have to check.
Yeah, I'm with you,
And I
man.
and I lost day 6 just because I fell asleep reading.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this too. And you know what? Like we'll segue off of that too. I'm starting day 1 today. I got real sick over the week last week to where fucking throat infection or whatever. And that's it, man. The shit happens, but you're going to let it derail you, or you're going to get back up, dust it off, get better and push forward,
Yeah.
and a lot of people will just quit and just say, fuck it, man, case of the fuck it's, and that's it. But, you know, be hard on yourself, man, push yourself, challenge yourself. And I think when you're setting that standard, it's kind of what we want to talk about today is just how hard are you really on yourself? Are you pushing yourself to that bound? And I know that's something you and I talk about before we were on here, that, hey, man, you're a nut when it comes to pushing yourself. For me, I am on a lot of things a little extreme on certain things with my daily routines. But guys, how hard are you pushing yourselves? Are you that one that's talking kind of that dark talk in your mind? I love dark talk a lot of times. And people will say, hey, man, you're nice on the surface, right? I get that all the time. Like, you're nice, you like bubble, you like laugh. I think it's like a good shadow for me to just say, hey, man, I'm trying to cover up this fucking go craziness. You know what I mean? Not to get too sinister on that, but you
Oh,
know, go ahead.
when you say dark talk, what are you referring to? Like, guide us here.
So when I'm saying dark energy, right? Like, I take it a path that humble on the
Okay.
outside, but a killer on the inside, to where it's I hate to lose more than I love to win.
Okay. I mean, here's. I mean, dude, I'm just hard on myself with everything, and it's just because I want to get better. Okay. I am insanely critical of things I do, and honestly, the people that I'm closest to, I am too, which is like a blessing and a curse, right? A lot of times I can't hold it back. Okay, if we're being real, like there's no filter, and it's all the time, and it somehow like I use it as fuel. Okay, and I'm very very hard on myself to get things done and get things done a certain way. I am very hard when I know that I am not going, 110%. All right. But when you say dark side energy, you're talking about motivation, right? And I don't think people are understanding that. So are you saying that you're using dark side motivation to help fuel you, or what?
Yes and no, but I kind of use it for everything, to where I gotta fit. I can't start something and not finish it. I don't know if it's the ADD in me or not, to where I almost feel like I gotta master it, right? Like, if I'm a couple of years ago, I couldn't do pull-ups. I was too fat to do fucking pull-ups, right?
Yeah.
And it bothered the shit out of me just because of my athletic background, So it's okay. What do I got to leave here at least with one, and I'm not doing it assisted. And I don't care if I got to rest for an hour. I don't care if I got to come back later in the day. I'm going to get that one. And it was just pissing me off to where I start saying, hey, man, are you a little bitch? Are you no fucking good? Are you going to sit on the sidelines,
Hmm.
or are you going to let that pull up bar beat you? Are you gonna let all these people here laugh at you struggling? Right? They're look at his fat ass. He can't pull his ass up on here. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds motivational to me, like maybe, or to other people on the outside. I look at it as like, nah, I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna win. Like, if you want to laugh, like, go ahead and laugh, but I'm gonna dominate that. And I kind of
Yeah.
take that approach to everything, to where it's a gift and a curse, because I'll start like maybe pulling back a little bit and like coasting, because I don't sometimes, man, that shit like freaks me out. You know what I mean? To where it's like, oh my God, like, I want to run through somebody, or I want to smash somebody like right through that wall. Like, it
Yeah.
always,
I mean, listen, there's, I think people, like, I'll give you a great example of this. Okay. People do not understand sometimes their intensity level, right? Like to me, I like my normal is, hey, I'm pretty intense about things. Now, I can tell you that looking at certain things and looking at some of the ways that my kids respond, okay, after coaching them and after being around like my oldest, he's very much like me, very, very, very competitive. And sometimes you might not see how that's perceived, right? Around other people or around other his friends, right? But me looking at it, it's kind of cool because I can actually see it in real time. I'm like, oh shit, I realized that he got that stuff from me, right? And now I'm seeing how he interacts when he's like that with all of his friends. Okay. Me, I've always been very, very I try to be self-aware. I want to be the best, do the best at anything I'm doing. And I am insanely overly critical of how I do things, but not overly critical to a point that I beat myself up so much I can't get it done. Okay, there are differences, right? I like to self-assess to see what I could have done better, to see what I can improve next time, and to see if there may have been an easier way and either easier path forward. To beat yourself up just to beat yourself up doesn't make any sense unless you are physically training and it's for endurance or it's for strength, and then that is a different intensity level, right? Because what's the worst you're gonna do? Pull a muscle, okay? But when you're doing that and you're pushing yourself, it's to see how fast or how hard you can go. Does that make sense, dude?
Yeah.
I get you're saying that the whole dark side. They're both being motivated by positive things, which I use all the time, and then hey, being motivated from a fear of loss.
Right.
Okay. Hey, if I don't do this, X is going to happen. Right. They both have their time and their place. What else do you got on this, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, well, let me ask you a question on it. How much do you think? Because one thing I always notice, like when you speak of it, you're always even keel. You're never up, you're never like two down. You're pretty level across the board, which a lot of times I think it's a great thing. You don't get too emotional, you don't get too low either. Would you say over the years, like that's kind of like been a gift for you, or also like a curse, or a mixture of both?
No, I'm up when I need to be up. Like we're talking on a Mindset Monday show at 9:00 in the morning, right? I'm not going and I'm not going out to win the Stanley Cup right after. I'm going to go execute on what I have to do from a business level. Okay. So no, I'm not fucking doing cartwheels down the hallway, Dave. You know what I mean? But when the time calls for it, like, listen, tonight I have a playoff game. Okay. I'm playing and it's the second round of the playoffs. It's a different I'll have a different energy then. And actually, I probably won't. I do get up, but I am pretty calm and methodical all the time. Unless I'm absolutely in the moment and something went crazy, I'm pretty methodical. That's how I get shit done.
Yeah. It's kind of like, obviously, like when you look at your calendar, what do you have going on for the day? Okay, and this time I'm doing this. I'm going to be in this right mind frame here on this when I assess this time block. Then I have playoff time. Okay, I'm going to be in this mode coming in on playoff time, right? You switch them up a little bit, or you?
No, I get done what I got to get done. I give it everything I got every day, and I let the calendar dictate the day. I'm being serious.
Yeah, no. Of course, that's the answer that you're giving out. Do you assess that at the end of the day? Hey, what did I did great? How hard am I on myself for this? What did I miss here? What can I get better at?
No, a lot of times I'm literally just trying to get home, get everything I have to get done for the day, and then hang out with my kids. Like, get whatever time I can with them, hang out with them, tuck them in, call it a day, and then repeat the process the very next day. Literally, that's what it is every single day. Rush to get everything done, spend as much time with the kids as I can, and then mix it up on the weekends.
Yeah, and I love that, like what you said about your son picking up, those traits.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. You can see it happening like in real time. It's cool.
And that's great because you have that awareness, like you understand that. And I'm sure on the flip side, the funny thing is other parents and the way parents are today, especially in sports, don't see it, don't understand it, start bitching.
A little bit.
You know, I think that's important, man. You know,
he's with a good group. Like I make sure because I coach, I edit the parents around him.
Yeah.
Like I want parents that want their kid. I want parents that want their kids to get better. I want parents that aren't going to make excuses for their kids. I want parents that are going to have them train in addition to the ice that we are already given, right? And so basically, and it's kind of cool because I've done this for years and years and years, and I never talk about this here, right? I coached ice hockey for a very long time, and I've coached a lot of players that or I've been in contact with a lot of players. Let's just say you may know, and I make sure like I edit the parents that I have on the team because I want all of them to want their kids to work really hard. And what that does is it creates an effect that all the parents are aligned, all the kids are pushing and making each other better. And then they build like these friendships over the years. And that's kind of what I have going on now. And I'm always saying that because you brought it up, right? With my kid and where he's at with hockey. And I love doing that because it teaches you a lot of the same lessons that you need to be successful in life.
Yep.
Right. And he's learning it at a young age. So what more could you want? That's why sports, I don't care what sports are important for kids to play in.
Yeah, because all that stuff actually correlates over, especially in a team, or especially in a team group, in a team setting.
Absolutely.
Leadership, right? Playing together, all these tangibles come through. And there's nothing worse than when a parent ruins that, and you're looking at it from a coach's perspective. I don't coach probably because of that reason. But the cool thing, like my son's dojo, right? The same thing, like those guys is one conversation I had with him. I'm like, listen, this is your house. You run it how you deem be. You're never going to get a problem with me for it. You know what I mean? And they love that. And most of the parents are pretty cool with that. They're there to learn discipline. They're there to learn respect. They're there to learn honor and also to do the right things. And if you're screwing around there, which my son was one time, they're going to let you know about it. And you're going to pay penalties for that too. He lost his belt for a day because he was goofing around, but he earned it back real quick because it's like, hey, man, don't do that. These are rules. This is the order of operation. Follow them.
Yep. Well, guys, listen, you guys heard it here on Mindset Monday. Share it with someone who needs to hear it, and we will catch you on the next one. Appreciate you guys.
Be great, y'all.